I'm in Seattle at the home show, and I'm going to look at your art, antiques, and collectibles. Wait till you see what they brought me. Can we talk about this? Oh, look. We have some drawers. We have some wood. To whom does this belong? We got some pictures. Because, of course, you can always bring pictures to the Seattle home show. The Labus desk. Hi.
Hello.
How you doing?
Great.
Nice to see you. Thanks for being here. So let's talk about this. The front of this particular piece, you see this? This is oak. Right here. You see this nice grain, this nice early 20th century handle, these nice dovetails along the side, which are machine-cut dovetails. How do I know they're machine? They are actually systematic, pattern, very typical. They're not like hand-cut dovetails. One can be skinny, one can be thin, one can be thick, back and forth. This is a machine. Okay. And tell me about the desk. And is this the interior of the desk?
Yes.
So this little tiny, now this is very different because this is cherry. So you got two different woods working in this desk. And you can see it if I put them together. If you look at the very red color and the different grain here in this versus the poplar bottom of this large drawer and the oak face of this drawer. So you got three different woods happening here. But this is the interior of the desk by this picture. And you can see that the interior was a later insert. Make sense? How'd you acquire the desk, sir? What's your first name?
Rick.
How's it going, Rick? I like the hat. So he was cleaning, you found him the Coca-Cola collectibles he wanted, and he gave you the desk.
Yes.
Okay, and the desk is rather large. The desk is pretty nice. I've got a full picture of the desk here, right? If I go through all the pictures of the desk, let's see if I can find one that's halfway decent. Well, this is not great, but I'll show you the whole of that picture of the desk, right? So pretty significant. Dates early 1900s, like 1940s, and then that insert's probably in the 1960s. And what do you think? How much do you think it's worth? More or less than the $500 amethyst ring. So would you trade it? Would you say, I'll take your ring for the desk? And if so, would you be making a good deal? And she's like, you're not trading my ring, Dr. Lori. What are you doing? You don't have a use for the ring, so you're keeping your desk. So that's code for, hey, Dr. Lori, butt out of my stuff. Value on the desk is just about the value of the ring, about $450 for the desk. So you should have taken the ring. But hey, I'm not going to talk to you guys. Do what you want. Okay, but still, even if you find one that, it's difficult to find one like yours, still value doesn't increase that much because you have a marriage. You know a marriage. A marriage is when two dissimilar things come together, stick it out no matter what. Why I'm single. Right? A marriage, two, those items. And the marriage that you have is you have the insert, right, which has been taken from another desk and put into this desk. If you didn't, would be worth a little bit more, but still nice. What's really nice is this. Hi, how are you? What are you doing with your orange boots? Are those orange? That's like international red. That's like the color of the San Francisco Golden Gate Bridge. That's the color. It's called international red. The San Francisco Bridge is the same color. It was painted that color on purpose. And I remember my father grew up in Connecticut, served in World War II, always said, I love pictures of the Golden Gate Bridge because when we came back on a troop ship from the Pacific, we came through, of course, the port of San Francisco, and that bridge meant I was home, thank God. And standing here today, I was glad he was home, thank God, because I wouldn't be. How'd you acquire this beautiful flambe Asian, of course, bud vase? Oh, really? With this mark? Yeah. Wow. Wow, $10. How old do you think it is? It is hand glazed. Flambe is an actual element that we see of this nice red color, this lovely red glaze, comes up. It's, of course, a bulbous bottom. It pinches here, and then the neck is nice and slim. Didn't know when you bought it. You're guessing you're not sure. $10. Do I do it? Do I not? Should I leave it? Oh, my gosh. Did you negotiate? Why are you not negotiating? Why don't you just say, excuse me, I know you want 10. Would you take 8? You know they're going to take 8. You just offered 10. So it wasn't even like it had a price tag on it. Then why are you offering 10? Why aren't you offering 5? What are you doing? Have I taught you nothing? I want it low. I want it low. I want it low. Okay, but 10 is good. I know, I went through that whole thing and then I'm like, oh, forget all about that. This is good. Okay, this is very good. How old do you think it is? Oh, 40s or 50s? How about Qianlong, 19th century? Oh, okay. Oh, yes. Oh, really? It's a 6-character mark, 6 different characters. 4 characters, 6 characters. Oh my gosh, we're getting chills. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. It's not even yours and you have chills. I know. This is a very good show, you know. And no, and I don't know what's coming. It's not like you called me up and said, "Hey, Dr. Lori, study this." It's all on the fly. Not like these other people. You send it in, you check it out. Yes, I want it. No, I don't. They do the read. I just do it from here. Somebody said to me, a home show producer said to me, "We thought that you had somebody in your ear telling you all this." Really? Somebody in my ear. Do you see my ears? The only thing in them are the diamond studs. That's it. They said that to me. "We thought there was something happening in the back." Come on. What's happening in the back? What's happening in the front? $1,500 for that $10 investment. It dates to the late 19th century. It's Qianlong. That's Qianlong. Very, very well known, of course, dynastic type of ceramics. Beautiful. Beautiful. Hi, baby. What did you say? Did you have a question?
Thank you.
You're welcome. I love the boots. My mother, 93 years old, she loved the colored shoes. She had all different colored shoes. I'm like, "Mom, we have to take you for your Alzheimer's medication." "I'm wearing my boots, Lori." "Okay, Mom." Wearing your boots. How'd you acquire this? Aesthetic movement. In the 1940s, they put on this nouveau, of course, upholstery. Not great, but not terrible, but not original.
Okay.
Not great, not terrible, not original. Aesthetic movement, how do you tell? Trying to look like bamboo.
Yeah.
Very, very typical of the aesthetic movement, which is the late 19th century into the early 20th century, before, of course, Art Nouveau gets going. Okay? Late Victorian, if it were English, it's not English, it's American,
Okay.
right? And it's a little child's rocker,
Yeah.
because they have to rock too, right? You got to rock.
Yeah.
Nice. It's in good shape. You know, could use a little bit of Murphy's oil soap,
Okay.
right? All of this, the oil's on your hands.
Right.
That's what all this is. This is just hand oil. Why am I always wearing the gloves and talking about the gloves? That's why. How much do you think it's worth?
Couple $100.
It's worth about $100, not a couple $100.
Okay.
Yeah.
$100.
About $100. It would be a couple $100 in the event, I'm sorry, Mike, in the event that you had the original upholstery,
Okay.
which probably was a leather or leather type. Plain, very plain, but nice. I like it.
Thank you.
Let's talk pottery. How do we acquire this? Hi, Ben.
Hi.
Hi.
I got it.
What do you do when you're not here, Ben? Tell me a story.
I-
Tell me the love story. I like to hear love stories because I'm single, so I like to live vicariously.
Okay,
Go
good
ahead.
deal.
Yeah, good deal.
Really like the love
Yeah, I
story.
want it quick.
We
Yeah.
got like
Could you live in a tiny house together, do you think? Because they have tiny houses here, you know.
Yeah,
Do you think you could do that?
we could.
I
but
can't do that because I have too many clothes, even though, did you see on YouTube? Big hole in my sweater this morning when I got up. What was I talking about? Oh, yeah. This. How'd you acquire this? Thrift store. You got half off. It was $1.
Yeah. So, but it's,
They're bothering to give you a criteria to go from $2 to $1.
totally.
Boy, the thrift stores. And then you know what I have to hear on my website? Comments on the YouTube channel. "Dr. Lori, they know it's all expensive. They're pricing everything really high at the thrift stores. You're telling them all. $2 and you're negotiating for $1. But other people think it's too expensive." What do you know about the hand-built piece of pottery?
So I.
Redware. These elements,
Yes.
okay,
And then when I looked on the bottom. it
which
was
are called prunes.
Thank you. I did not know that.
Doesn't matter.
And then when
Art history thing, 3 degrees, you know how it is. Jump through the hoops, talk to the professor, you know that crap. The glaze, the coloration, and this particular piece is really quite fine. I would say in diameter, do you know how to do this with your hands? Okay, so how big do you think my hand is? 4.5, 5 inches?
Okay.
Measure your body parts before you go thrift store shopping. Your hand is usually the easiest. I know that my arm from here to here is 15 inches.
Okay.
So I just put it down, I go, okay, that's 15, okay, add a couple, that deal. If you do this with your hand, you're gonna know if you're dealing with 10 inches in diameter, 8 inches in diameter, you're probably around 8.5, 9 inches in diameter if you're doing one of these.
Okay.
Okay, it'll help you a lot.
Okay.
The other thing that will help you, a magnetic bracelet on your wrist. Why? Because you've got a ring, you've got jewelry, you want to see whether or not it's magnetic, right? If it's not magnetic, usually you got a better piece than if it is magnetic, okay? This particular piece is nice. I do think it's probably made in Istanbul.
Okay.
So I'm putting it in Turkey. I'm putting it in Turkey sometime around the 1950s or 60s, and value on this piece about $150 for your $1 investment.
I'll take that.
That's 150 times, right,
Yeah.
for your investment.
Not too shabby.
Not too shabby. You're not making that at Boeing. Maybe you are. I have no idea. Anyway, that's nice. Speaking of pottery, how about this? I love this. Hi, sweetie, how you doing? Thanks for being with me. What have we got? Was it your dad's? Did your dad find himself in the Mediterranean often? Or in Egypt often? An art teacher and a student gave this to him, okay? Do you think it's Native American? He would think about Mexico? No. But he was probably a very good art teacher, and I can't draw a stick figure. So I'm going to leave him to his art, and I'm going to tell you that this piece is Mediterranean. What does that mean? I'm putting it in Italy, Spain, or Portugal, sometime between 1850 and 1900. Okay? Why? Notice the jar form. It's very typical of what would be used for oil. What kind of oil in Italy? Olive oil. That's why my mother and father, with all the olive oil, just free the garlic, Lori, right? All the olive oil. That's why they lived to their mid-90s, probably. Everything's flowing, olive oil. And again, I'm not the person to talk about that kind of medicine. I'm the other kind of doctor. This piece is beautiful. Late 19th, early 20th century. It, of course, is redware. This piece probably valued anywhere between $200 and $215. It's got a crack. Cracks go to the foundation of the piece. It's not a chip that we could just fix, it's a crack. Nice. I like that. We'll come back to glass. What else should we talk about? Let's talk about this nice abstract painting. You still with me? How are you doing? On the back it says Delma Taylor. Okay, so we've got a signature or a marking on the back of the stretcher. What's your name? Hi, Lori. Nice to see you. Thanks for bringing in a nice work of art. I like art. I talk about art a lot with respect to return on investment. On the YouTube channel recently, we did a Real Bargains, and I was talking about the return on investment for artwork, right? Pieces of art. And a person went into an estate sale, and for a few $100s, he bought a painting that was worth $100,000. How many of you saw that on my YouTube channel? One person. Do you know that my YouTube channel has almost 200,000 subscribers? Right? And guess what gets a lot of press? When I talk about the fact that my sweater ripped, then you'll all watch that video. But when I tell you how to find a $100,000 painting, do you people watch? No. I need you to start watching, because you need to start watching, unless you have $100,000 just hanging around. How did you acquire this? Into the mic, honey, that's why you're holding it. I know. You can't believe I'm like this? I'm like this because I do this all the time and we have to follow directions. Go ahead. What'd you like about it? You saw different things when you looked at it? Yeah. Why don't I tell you why you like it? Here's why you like it. First of all, abstract nature of the piece. You've got the complementary color pairs of green against red. You've got the complementary color pairs of yellow against purple. You have a nice element where you have straight lines and geometric elements, which of course organic or curved lines. You have a background that's obviously a background and objects that are moving forward, even though it's an abstraction. So they're abstract, they're not non-objective. There's an object here, you know it's a still life of flowers, but it's abstracted. If it was non-objective, like Jackson Pollock's drip paintings, then you would have, in fact, sort of no object at all, right? So this is a great piece, really nice. It's oil on canvas. The other things I want you to look for the stretcher bars. These stretcher bars with the mitered corner and the balsa wood, which is a light, of course, light wood. This particular light, soft wood is oftentimes what we're going to see in American pieces, okay? It's on canvas. Notice the color of the canvas, which tells us that it's from about the 1950s or 1960s. The frame is a 1970s edition. The frame was not original to the actual piece. Somebody said, that frame will fit that painting, put them together, right? Value on the piece, anywhere between $350 and $550. The frame is about $50 of that. Fun. Nice, beautiful. I like it. I like it.